Good evening, Raskin enjoyers. Hope you're doing right, because it's time for the predictions video. Yes, earlier today we had the December Force White Rustor rotation for 2024, and in this video we're going to look at all of these skins and try and figure out which of these skins potentially might be the best investment for this week, which of these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, so before I even consider talking about any of these skins in terms of what's a nice, potential investment, I've got to bring this up. I would be surprised in the slightest if, after about a couple months, all of these skins might go down in price. So let's just put the warning out. Yes, currently we see some very good player counts at the moment, but be aware, after January time, and you can see this as a perfect example, we tend to see a bit of a drop-off with the player count. February, March, April, springtime, we do see skin prices dropping off pretty hard because there's less people playing, less demand for skins, lower skin prices. Simple math. Whereas, potentially, as we, almost finished December, I mean, it's just started, but when we see the end of December rolling into January time, in the Western world at the very least, there's people who are enjoying Christmas, this Christmas break, kids are out of school, people aren't working as much, then there's Christmas money, so more time to play Rust, more money to spend in Rust. You can understand, January time tends to be an absolutely wonderful time where we see a lot of people playing with a lot of money being thrown around. But it all ends after January, okay? So whilst these skins potentially might do a good job of retaining their value for the next couple months, don't be surprised if they drop off, and don't be surprised if they lose their value around that point. I've given you the warning, you are now aware of it. Cool. Now, individually, there are some other concerns about these skins. So if I were to look at all of them right here, right now, what am I thinking about? What am I thinking is potentially the potential best investment out of all these skins? And I'm looking and I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe Commando Tier 2 is probably a good shout, but I'm still kind of 50-50. So let me just go through the details in regards to that. So with the Commando collection, we have now all the core pieces, Tier 3, hoodie and pants, and Tier 2. Now, we could still potentially see, boots and gloves. That would still potentially have a nice impact, but what am I referring to? Well, before this appeared today, you can see that these prices haven't updated yet. Very weird, but it's also very helpful. So earlier today, these pants, they're selling for $1.43. I click on it now, look on the Steam market. Oh, wouldn't you guess, they're almost $4. They got bought out. So yeah, when people saw it was actually a complete collection now, almost sort of, still waiting for the boots and gloves, as you can see, they got bought out, prices improved ever so nicely. That's basically happened to the Tier 3 and the hoodie and pants very, very easily. So, okay, cool. That's a nice thing to see. But there's no more core pieces that could come out. Boots and gloves are just as good to a point. So I could still imagine that, if they were to appear in a future Rustor, maybe the end of December or maybe January Force White, we shall see, then yeah, I think the Tier 2 would, greatly appreciate it. But we've also got to take this into consideration. How much is it currently selling at the moment? And once you realise that, and then compare to the Tier 3 armour and the hoodie and pants sales, about 17,000 subscribers here on average, and the hoodie and pants had 16,000 subscribers. These are already halfway at 8,000, and it hasn't even been a full day yet. Okay, now you understand. I think these might be selling just a little bit too much. But if we do see boots and gloves in the future, there still could be a nice thing that could happen. But the smartest way to approach this, especially if you're wanting to make an investment, wait till next Wednesday. When we do the abnormal barders, we can, figure out prices and what to offer, do them, and then, of course, look at the abnormal barter support afterwards, then make considerations if it's looking to be perfectly fine to jump in and actually make a purchase. Now, if you don't fully understand what I just said, please consider watching my most recent abnormal barders video for December 5, 2024. As you can see, you could watch the first 5 minutes just to kind of get an understanding of the basics, and then skip ahead, go down to the chapters, skip ahead to the actual barders. You'll see how it all plays out, and you should probably get the general gist in regards to, oh, yeah, okay, that's probably the safest way to approach these skins if you're wanting to make a decent investment out of them. Sounds good? Now, by all means, not every single skin has to be an investment. If you like the skin, go buy it, treat yourself, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support those skin creators, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. But if you're actually looking at these and thinking, I might want to buy 50 because I think it could go up in price in the future, that's the smartest way to approach it. Wait it out, do the abnormal barders first, alright? Okay, so with the Commando Tier 2, bit questionable, but that's the thing I kind of feel most safe with, because I can still anticipate maybe boots and gloves, even a jacket, maybe a backpack. Ooh, alright, okay, cool. So, looking at the remaining skins, I think I'll now talk about Beauty Industry Double Door. So, first of all, this Rustor has 2 sheet metal double doors. But this one right here, I've got to point it out. It's got catgirls. It's like someone said it was like nightclub neon lights, which, okay, I can respect that. And I can't help but assume that'll be liked simply because of that. You got 2 devil girls, cat girls with guns for the lights on some sheet metal double doors. It looks like it'll be okay simply because of that. I know it sounds so silly, but come on now. Come on now, you know people are going to buy them. But here's the concern. How many sheet metal double doors have we had so far this year? Well, it's almost the end of the year, of course, so as we hop over to here, 21 in total, and we have a Twitch drop just around the corner as well. So technically 22 so far, and we're also about to enter Christmas time. So of course, you know, Christmas double doors, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. So yeah, the amount that we got so far this year, so much more compared to previous years, as you can clearly see. And this is becoming a concern because what happens if, you know, 2025 is the exact same thing? We get another massive batch of sheet metal double door skins. Well, now you understand the situation. You know how most sheet metal doors, single sheet metal doors, and garage doors, when they come out, they just go down in price very quickly? That's because there's a lot of them in circulation. There's a lot of them to compare to. And if we keep seeing more and more and more and more of these, I'm worried. Like, at what point is like the turning point, and then it just goes, and then like every single sheet metal double door that comes out suddenly doesn't really go up in price that much anymore? Do you understand the issue I am kind of worried about? Yeah, so keep that in mind. If you like the skin, by all means, buy one for yourself. But if you're looking at that as an investment potentially, again, abnormal borders, let's do those first. Then we'll see how much support it has afterwards. I like it. I get the appeal. And just by that, I can see it working out quite nicely. But again, if we do see more sheet metal double doors in the future, but also don't be surprised if we see a lot more of these now being produced in terms of a brand new deployable collection. It is Kratorius' first ever skin to be accepted. I'm pretty sure he's going to lean into it with even more skins. Large box, garage door, armored double door, who knows? But we will be seeing more of these, I'm pretty confident. So, okay, keep an eye on that. But of course, over the course of the next 2 weeks, we're going to have Christmas skins. So we won't be seeing any continuations for a while. So, all right, also take that into consideration. Right then, so talking about that then, should I look at all of these other skins and try and figure out what potentially could be a nice investment now? Well, okay, I think we could probably talk about the second sheet metal double door. Now, with that one doing very good with its sales, this one not getting noticed as much. However, with what I said in regards to that potentially developing into a brand new deployable collection, same can be said for this, and it's already technically happened. So this right here is the Protector sheet metal double door. If you want to get a very good look at it, please consider watching my rust rotation video. I give it a good close-up look. I can see the transparency on it. The transparency really isn't that helpful with the positioning that it is at. Nah, but it's glow in the dark, shiny, cool looking, grounded type of design, and there has been other skins produced quite recently in the same collection. We've had single sheet metal doors. So, okay, yeah, I think that potentially would mean that we'll be seeing even more of these skins being produced, like a large box, table, chairs, who knows, we shall see, but more deplorables. Lockers, keep an eye on the workshop, but not for the next 2 weeks, because it's going to be Christmas skins. So anyway, point I'm trying to get across is, I'm sure there will be more being produced. It's just, will it catch on? Will people actively want this collection? And with the sheet metal double door, how much is it actually going to sell? Because right now, clearly not as much compared to that one. Easily more than half less. But the point I'm trying to get across is, I think if it sells like very tamely, and we do see those continuations happening, all right, yeah, no, maybe that would be rising up in price nicely. But same thing applies. If we suddenly see like so many more sheet metal double doors being introduced and accepted in 2025, I am still very much concerned. So we'll see how this rolls out. That is also abnormal. It's $3.49 though. That's more expensive than the other sheet metal double door. That's probably partly to blame for why it's not selling as much. It has a higher level to keep up with. And unfortunately, more expensive skins do tend to suffer in terms of retaining their value. That can be concerning. So again, let's wait until Wednesday, make considerations then, do the abnormal borders. Okay, you get the idea. Cool. Right, looking at all of these other skins, I guess we could probably now start talking about the Desert Nomad backpack. So, all right, cool. It's the first desert-themed backpack skin to be introduced, but please understand, I wouldn't be surprised if even more are going to be produced. Like, as you can see here, LeCramp's actively, like, paired this up in one of the pictures with Desert Raiders. Where is it? There it is. Don't you think the people that made Desert Raiders probably wants to make their own backpack eventually? Plus, they also made Forest Raiders, so we'll probably see a Forest Raiders one as well. Point made. So, yeah, it's nice. It's probably not going to be the best pairing with Desert Raiders, as you can see, but it does blend in quite nicely with other skins. In my Rust Rotation video, I paired it up with Outlaw, and it looks very nice. It's okay with Nomad Hazmat as well, but there's going to be more backpacks. There's going to be more backpacks. Well, when you look over to here with the Twitch drops, the next batch of Twitch drops for December, backpack, and we also have a backpack here. Now, they're not like desert coloured and themed and whatnot, But point still remains, we're getting a lot of backpack skins, aren't we? And there will be more, and there will be Christmas ones, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get at least 2 of those accepted for Christmas, and then afterwards more backpacks. It doesn't stop. So if you're going to sit there and question, I wonder if we ever get a light brown backpack ever in the future, I really wouldn't be surprised. Now, with the amount of sales it currently has, well, I mean, that's already quite a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to probably still eclipse the backpack we had last week, the hazmat backpack, not the blackout. Blackout did over 55,000 subscribers. It still beat No Mercy. Madness, isn't it? Anyway, but yeah, there will be more, and I don't think it will always retain value. And these backpacks, when we keep seeing more and more and more and more of these being accepted, the original ones just probably won't be able to keep up the interest they have, and eventually lose demand, and then eventually lose value. They sold an absurd amount as well. There's a lot of these in circulation. Now, of course, that one, the lowest selling one so far, but that's still 23,000 subscribers. So for now, over the course of these next couple months, with very high play accounts, yeah, it probably will be doing a very good job of retaining its value. So you can keep that in consideration. But if we do see something that's also brown or light brown, I can't help but assume that's going to drop off in interest very quickly. All right. So if you think, will it happen? I can't help but assume it's inevitable. But again, it might take quite a very long time. So we'll see what happens. For now, it will have decent demand. It will sell quite nicely. But again, more will keep appearing, and give it, a while. Eventually, it'll probably start dropping off. So yeah, keep an eye on this. Wait till Wednesday, see what the sales look like, then make considerations. Let's now move on. I want to talk about Core MP5. Now, this is in a very weird spot. So let me just quickly explain. First of all, the aim sight in this is absolutely wonderful. What do you mean? Well, you could probably see it right there, and you can see it perfectly right there. Also, consider watching my Ruster rotation video, because I compare this with like Twitch drops of the past, and I also compare it with the upcoming green Twitch drop we have over here. Oil Rats and Rickolof's perfectly nice green gem style MP5. The transparency on this is even better compared to what we have over here. That's already amazing. But the Oil Rats and Rickoloff one is even better, right? So to get a very good look at that, consider watching my Ruster rotation video, see the comparisons, look at the chapters. I quite literally chaptered it for that specific skin. But yeah, that's being given away for free. This right here, $3.49. Now, I will sit here and say this. The skin creator, Mr. Fresh, he is kind of actively trying to turn this into a collection. I'm pretty confident we'll be seeing even more of these Cybercore skins being produced. Okay, that's cool, that's fine. But will it happen? Will we actually see more being accepted? And how much will this sell when people realise, well, hang on a minute, that green MP5's like really nice, really special. I'd rather just save some money and keep that instead. Let's see what happens by next Wednesday. But already it's sold quite a lot, so yeah. It's still going to be quite concerning. Plus also, when you take a look at all the MP5s that came out this year, you might notice that, which one's in the positive? And weapon-only collections, unfortunately, by default, they don't tend to really hold up very nicely. So we'll see what happens next. All right, cool. Now, with the remaining skins, I'm probably going to talk about both deplorables at the same time. I feel very confident that with this acceptance here for JJ's Otherworldly Furnace, I'm pretty confident we'll be seeing even more deplorables being produced. Don't want to sound mean, but JJ doesn't get that many skins accepted. So for him to... Oh, well, there you go. That proves the point. I'm pretty confident he's going to probably lay into this with a bit more in regards to, well, we could probably have a door, we could probably have a table, we could probably have a water purifier, aka I fully expect even more otherworldly deplorable skins to be produced. Locker, give it a shot, JJ. Anyway, that's fine, but then you take a look at all these other furnaces that are accepted in the past year, and you might notice, oh dear, quite a lot of them down in price. But the ones that perform better are the ones that are part of deplorable collections. So if he does build up on it, maybe things could work out very nicely. Now, with what I've just said, it also applies to the Danger Zone sleeping bag. Sleeping bags this year, they've been all right. And looking at the current sales, I don't think it's going to sell ridiculously. And for what it is, it's a perfectly fine looking backpack, sleeping bag, sorry. God, backpacks are taking over my head. Yeah, it's a glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag, and it's part of an already established collection. So as I go over to here, you might notice that we have, as you can see, a garage door and a wooden door. With this now getting accepted, I'm pretty sure the skin creator is going to feel reinvigorated to want to keep putting out more Danger Zone skins. I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a resubmission of the Sheepman double door. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up probably seeing a wooden double door being produced and whatnot. I do expect more. Will they be accepted? That's the question. But if they do get accepted, what happens to the sleeping bag? I'd expect, an increase in demand. So, okay, that's a nice potential thing that could happen. And if you'll get a much better look at both of these skins, again, consider watching my roster rotation video. But yeah, it definitely relies upon, will we get more after it? Well, not for the next 2 weeks, because Christmas rustles. So, yeah, take that into consideration. And then lastly, Bird of Luck Crossbow. Now, I'm conflicted. I've left this for last, not out of like a sheer lack of confidence, but a sheer lack of I don't really know. So, first of all, how many crossbows have we had in all of 2024? 2. Well, yeah, I know, I'm surprised by that. Before, we used to get like easily 10 every single year, but no, 2. So if you're a skin creator, maybe consider making a Christmas one. It's up to you. Anyway, so all right then. Some of these have actually worked out quite all right, retained value quite nicely. Also take this into consideration. What is the lowest price crossbow we have? So out of all the crossbows, they only go down to about $1.20. That's like their lowest point. So, okay, all right, we could at least offer $1 if we're going to do bar orders. That's not abnormal. Out of all the skins this week, this is the only one that's not abnormal. So I also have to bring that up. But when you actually look at this skin, oh, wow, it's a nice green crossbow. When you look down and aim down to try and shoot things, oh, wow, look at the lovely, patterns, the coloration. It's nice to look at, okay? With the primitive game mode also being worked on, oh yes, I have to bring that up. I'm sure many of you are aware, if you've been keeping an eye on the commits, there's a primitive game mode that's been worked on for months on end. I'm pretty confident that'll be the next big update. So as you can see here, primitive game mode with all the brand new siege weapons and whatnot. No guns, no guns, just, my fists and my melee weapons and crossbows. And a brand new crossbow is also being produced as well. So, okay, just focusing this. I can see it working out quite nicely. We don't really have that many green crossbows other than Jade crossbow, but this is also part of a collection. But then again, you look at the collection and then you can see it's not exactly holding up super great. So I am conflicted. It looks nice. I think it probably won't be selling too much this week, considering, well, it's the lowest selling skin so far. You tell me, what do you think? Have you seen this in-game? You can also consider watching my roster rotation video to get a good look at that. But it does look very nice. It's just, is there demand for crossbows at the moment? Will it increase with the introduction of the primitive game mode? And I've also had people approach me asking me, do you think sword skins will be going up in price when we see the primitive game mode coming out? I want to find out. I'd love to find out. But I can't give you a solid answer yet because it hasn't happened yet. So, okay, Bird of Luck Crossbow, you're a bit odd to me, but I'm interested. So let's wait till Wednesday, see what the sales look like, then make considerations. But at the very least, you could offer at least more than $1 for a crossbow skin, it seems. So yeah, that was all the skins. I hope it was nice, concise and straight to the point. Now let's bring up some interesting details that we're expecting over the course of the next 2 weeks. As I hop over to here are the collection of all the brand new Christmas skins. I'll have it linked in the description so you can go see this for yourself. And over the course of the next few weeks, or rather over the course of the next day, a few days, because all of these have to be doing next Monday, you're going to be seeing a lot of Christmas skins roll out. Yep, so look at the description. This is a collection produced by TGG, that German guy, so go thank him if you can. And yeah, there'll be plenty more Christmas skins being produced. Oh, look, backpacks already being made. Oh, it was inevitable. But yeah, do expect a lot of deplorables. Do expect some funny. Oh no, Santa crashed. Oh dear. I love that one. So, yeah, right. But yeah, you will be seeing a lot of Christmas skins being produced, uploaded, and put into here. And if you want to keep yourself up to date, consider keeping an eye on this over the course of the next few days. Cool. Point made. Now, is there anything else that probably needs to be addressed? Well, yeah, the Twitch drops. So as I hop back over to here, between December 9 to December 13, yes, December 9, Monday, next week, we'll see all of these Twitch drops become available. To get the generic drops, just simply watch anyone streaming Rust on Twitch. Very easy. But for all of these skins here, you do need to watch specific streams. I would definitely recommend you watch the Twitch Rival streams first. They don't stream all the time. They stream like a good few hours every single day, but then they stop. Whereas all of these streamer skins over to here, they are going to be streaming non-stop 24/7. They want the views. They want you to watch them constantly. So they will always be available. It's not going to be like last month where we had a few people hardly streaming. No. They are definitely going to be there for you, and it's going to be so much easier to get all of these Twitch drops. So do take that into consideration. Whilst we don't apparently have as much time compared to previous batches of Twitch drops, they will be there available 24/7. Make sure you focus those. And getting these is just easy. You can watch anyone. Maybe not the streamers themselves, but you can watch anyone else streaming Rust. So cool. You can watch me if you wanted to. Right then, so that is basically it. That is everything. let's look forward towards, next year. I hope you've been looking at your Christmas skins and considered making some sales. But if you're still wanting to wait it out a little bit longer until we see the next Rust Store next week with the first week of Christmas Rust skins, I don't blame you. If you consider watching a video I produced over here, you'll see time to sell Rust skins. I questioned it, and I'm like, well, there's probably going to be a lot of Christmas skins that will greatly appreciate when we see more skins being produced, is what I'm saying. So, for example, if I go back over to here and look at the collection, did you see these boots and gloves being produced? Well, those happen to be potentially the first ever Santa-themed boots and gloves ever, submitted to a workshop that I'm aware of. And I think Christmas Gang and the Santa's jacket will probably appreciate that. Yeah, all right. So now that you've seen it, you get the point. So, all right, we'll see what happens. We'll see what gets accepted, and we'll see what becomes of all of this. But I've informed you of all of these skins. I've informed you of what's likely happening over the course of the next 2 weeks. Let's go enjoy ourselves. Let's go relax. Hedge needs to stop as well. He's up late. He needs to go to bed. Catch you later. See you goodbye. Best of luck to you and your investments.